Welcome to the Ask Nathan Latka show, where you ask me tough questions and I give you the real answers. Use the hashtag AskNathanLatka on Instagram or Twitter to get your questions to me. So, we have an awesome show for you guys today. We're gonna talk about starting over in my dorm room, how to make $3K per month from scratch, getting high-end clients on social media that pay you $5K a month on retainer, and what on earth does LTV mean in a SaaS business? If any of those piqued your curiosity, keep watching. But first, why on earth, on a camel's middle hump, would I start another freaking live video show? There's so many of them. Well, I will tell you why. You're already asking me tons of questions. I've got best-selling authors like Bob Burg writing in thank you notes with questions built in. I've got Sue Zimmerman writing handwritten cards to me with other questions. I've got a lot of you guys asking me questions. You want to know how I built a SaaS business. You want to know about marketing, business. You want to know how I use webinars to sell over $4.5 million worth of product. You want to know how I get Heyo featured in the Washington Post and the New York Times. So you ask me your questions, I give you the real answers. And with that, let's get started with episode numero uno. Here we go. First question comes in from Hunter Orrell on Twitter. And Hunter said, Nathan Latka, if you had to start over again from your dorm room, what would you do differently? Well, Hunter, first off, shout out to you. I know you are from Blacksburg, tucked here in the Appalachian Mountains. Thank you for the question. And here's what I would tell you. If I started over from my dorm room, I would want to start faster. I waited too long. In fact, a book I love for this is called The 4 Agreements. Now, this book is one that my first ever investor gave to me. His name is Doug, and you can see he wrote me a handwritten letter here. And one of the things that this book is about, it talks about 4 principles. Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, always do your best, and do not make assumptions. And what prevented me from starting earlier in my dorm room, boxers, Red Bull, pizza, and all, was I was worried that people would make bad assumptions about me, or I was worried that people would maybe, criticize me on these live webinars I was doing at 3 a.m., and I might take the criticism personally. So get over that, start early, read the 4 agreements. All right, next question is a good one. I'm excited for this one. You want to keep watching if you want to understand how a SaaS business uses LTV to scale to 7 figures. But first, we've got Dustin Ellie. And Dustin's question is, if you had to start from scratch and earn $3K per month in a different industry, what would you do? Dustin, I love the question, brother. Here is my answer. I would focus on a super unique advantage that you, and only you have, not anybody else, but that you have. You gotta find something you do better than anybody else and then exploit the crap out of it. Here's what I mean by that. I've always wanted to go to a city and find vacancies in apartment complexes, to negotiate contracts with those apartment complexes to essentially control all their vacant units. Because again, every apartment complex has some percentage of vacancies. I would negotiate, say, hey, I'll take your 1% vacancies. I want them, I'll pay you $100 per month guaranteed. And then I'd put them all up on Airbnb and try and turn a profit. I think you could make $3K per month doing that. That fits my unique qualities really well because I'm great at contract negotiations. So I love the sharing economy for those reasons. Thanks, Dustin, for that question. Okay, next question I really hate, but I love the lady that asked it. So Heather Human asked on Twitter, she said, how do I get high-end clients from social media? And I think a lot of you guys are wondering that. I mean, we've built Heyo on getting high-end clients from social media, but Heather, it's the wrong freaking question. What you need to focus on are who are your 5 dream clients. Open up a Google Doc or an Excel sheet or a whiteboard and write down your 5 ideal clients. When you write them down, then also write down what you're delivering to them and how much they might pay you. If your 5 ideal clients, you're predicting they're not gonna pay you enough for your services, don't even start. So you need ideal clients that are gonna make it so you, Heather, can do what you love. And after you do that, you then wanna harass those 5 ideal clients every single week. That's right, you wanna touch them every single week. And I don't mean this kind of touching, I mean sending them something, calling them. It's a letter, a handwritten note. We have even gotten some people who they just wouldn't respond to our emails or anything. We looked up what it would cost to send them a live chicken. Okay, it was $12. You had to buy 5, unfortunately. It was a guy in New York. And the letter we sent started off with, stop being a chicken, ... answer our freaking emails. So you want to touch those 5 ideal clients as frequently as you can. And if you stay persistent and consistent, you will eventually land every single one of them. And by being persistent and consistent, that's exactly how you get high-end clients from social media. All right, we're gonna ramp up to the next question, which you guys are gonna like because it's heavy, heavy business. So stay with me here. Follow, maybe put this on double slow speed so you can follow me. The question comes from Nancy Vang. Now, Nancy, if you guys remember, is the lady that called me a psychopath when I was on stage presenting in Cancun at Dane Maxwell and Andy Drish's foundation event. And she followed up on Twitter with this question. At Nathan Latka, John Logger says to ask for it unconditionally, but what is your customer LTV? Okay, follow me. LTV stands for lifetime value. Everyone selling something online should focus on the lifetime value of your customer, not just the initial sale. So, some other things to understand in a SaaS business before I reveal what Heyo's lifetime value is to Nancy answer your question. The 3 key metrics in a software as a service business, the acronym is SaaS, are ARPU, which is average revenue per user per month, LTV, which is lifetime value, and churn. Churn are the number of customers that stay with you from month to month. So if you had 5% monthly churn and you started this month with 100 customers, you'll lose 5 customers next month, which means to grow, you have to at least get what you lost back, or 5 new customers. So the numbers for Heyo customers stay with us for about 20 months. And the reason I can tell you that is because our churn is about 5% each month. The way I know they stay with us for 20 months is you do 1 divided by 0.05, or 5%. That equals 20. So they stay with us for 20 months, and on average they pay us $30 a month. In order to get lifetime value, you multiply your ARPU times your number of months people stay with you. Or in Heyo's case, 20 months times $30 equals a $600 lifetime value. So Nancy, that's your answer. It's $600. And for a little bonus, I'll tell you, we are willing to spend up to 1/3 of lifetime value, so $200, on acquiring that customer. That's how valuable it is to us. So that is a wrap, guys. We talked today about a variety of things. Now remember, start faster by not making assumptions and read the 30-minute book I recommended at the beginning when I answered Hunter's questions. Next, I answered Dustin's question, and you should absolutely exploit your unique strengths, to get to 3K per month in revenue. Next, again, I didn't like Heather's question, but the key is to harass your 5 dream clients the way I recommended earlier in the video. And lastly, remember, based off Nancy's questions, lifetime value is key in any SaaS business. All right, guys, that's a wrap. If you have a question for me, use hashtag AskNathanLatka on Instagram or Twitter, and I might answer it in the next episode. See ya.